Hello ladies and gents, and welcome to week 8 of our fabulous English 235 class. This week is a little piecemeal. We are turning in the interview and format profile today. This is just the profile. You don't have to have the interview done. Just tell me about who you want to interview. That's going to be submitted tonight. Then we're going to do some reading from our book in chapter 15 about job application materials. If you have a different edition of the book, just go into the index and look up job application materials and it'll send you to the right page. This week we are working on hopefully some very tangible real-world skills that will help you once you get out of this class, because we are working on creating a meaningful cover letter and a meaningful resume, using the skills you now possess to apply for a job that you could potentially get now. So this isn't like the dream job 10 years down the line. This is something that could be realistic for you now. So we're going to get some help creating a really specific, really detailed cover letter and a resume that's going to appeal to the audience of the job posting that you select. So hopefully really helpful skills as you learn to tailor and craft these special documents into a way that kind of sells you as the best candidate for the job. So that's what we're going to be working on this week. You have a cover letter and a resume due on Sunday. So that's the end goal here. You will note that there's an interview reminder here. It says the interview with the informant should be completed by Friday. If it doesn't happen by Friday, that's okay. This is just to kind of keep it on your radar. I'll remind you periodically about it in the coming weeks as well. Honestly, it just needs to be done by the time you write your recommendation report. But getting it done sooner makes it easier to incorporate the information you learned in the interview. So I do encourage us to get it done as soon as possible, but this is not like a drop dead due date. This is just a reminder that says, don't forget about this interview. Make sure it still happens before you turn in your recommendation report. So let's take a moment to look at the cover letter and the resume assignment. You are going to be looking for a job posting. You're going to send me that job posting as well so that I can take a look and make sure that your documents are tailored specifically to that job. You don't have to actually apply for the job. This is just in theoretical world. So you can find anything that might interest you now. You can look in business and private sectors here. If you're looking for education or paraeducator jobs, we've got some links here. If you're looking for local government jobs, we've got links here. Probably the easiest one is trying to find student employment at CBC, because in their job postings, they provide a lot of details. And the more details you get, the easier it is to tailor the cover letter and resume to meet that specific job. So if you find a job posting on Craigslist and it has one sentence asking for a barista, that's great, but it's really difficult to tailor your resume and cover letter to make you unique and seem like a perfect fit for that job. Whereas if you've got something with a lot more details, it's easier to make it look like you are the very best person for that position. So you're going to include your job advertisement. That can just be a link, or you can screenshot it or download it and put it in a Word document, whatever works best for you, just so that I can find it, so that I can look and see what keywords they're looking for. Then you're going to turn in a cover letter. This is going to follow the formal letter styles that we've got in Markle's text. There are examples for you here. Once again, if you have a different edition of the book, just go back into the index and look for letters, either formal letters or business letters. That'll guide you here. So make sure that you are using that formal letter style. And then you're going to have a resume. Once again, we've got page numbers to help you create your resumes. I also have a sample resume model that you can download and use. Just make sure to remove the borders. Lots of folks forget to do that. So make sure you do that if you choose to use the template I've got for you here. We, of course, have lots of great resources in the Modules tab. You just have to scroll down to the appropriate folder. So if you go to the Job Letter and Resume folder, I've got a recorded lecture specifically just on cover letters that I think will be helpful, because that is kind of the hardest thing. When you're thinking about applying for a job, the cover letter takes the most time. And then we also have a resume and cover letter writing guide I hope will be helpful. And then just for kicks, I did include a link to 10 bad resumes, because these are just abysmally awful, and it's kind of fun to laugh at them as we create our own very good ones. So make sure you're using the Markle text to help you out, but there are also some great resources for you there in the job letter and resume folder. And that's what we're working on this week. Hopefully these are really tangible, real-world skills that we're going to give you that can transfer to useful places after this class is done. So I look forward to seeing what you create. As always, if you have any questions, reach out. I'm here to help.